Chair, I will propose adoption of the minutes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Bechman. Honorable Muela, can I have a second now?
Yes, Chair, I second that we adopt the minutes. I told you that me and Mr. Bechman were one thing. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. Simunye, we are one.
We are one.
That's it.
We've always been like that in this portfolio.
Exactly.
It was just that event of that day. And the president had made announcements previously, and then people were indulging on many things. So we were celebrating the announcements of the president by the president. Squela, minutes.
Yes, Chair, I've projected the 11th of March, Chair.
Where you projected it? Where? There's no 11 here.
Uh,
We see your documents here only.
yeah. Okay. I think I've.
Yes, there we go.
Okay, sir.
Next page. Is there anything on page 2? Page 3?
Okay.
Yes, Honorable Msane.
On page 3, 2 point. Ngicela ukhuphuke kancane Lubaba. Yeah, committee discussions, Chair. Hey, we spoke a lot, Chairperson, and we mentioned imperialists, we mentioned African owned criminal court, Chairperson. We mentioned the role of SADC, AU, and SACU. We also got a response, Chairperson, with regards to how the meeting between the five was held in Libya by South Africa, the delegation, the role of Russia military. And Chairperson, I think for our committee to have weight and to be seen as dealing with issues really of international relations, should anyone want to view our minutes, they should be able to see that we are taking a certain stance with regards to imperialists in our continent. We are also making resolutions, Chairperson, because it was part of a resolution which was also raised in the minutes that we need to look at as the African continent at forming our own criminal courts, and also the fact that these wars are sponsored by imperialists. So I would recommend that, Chairperson, such things get mentioned for the record, even should someone from the USA try to get access to our minutes, they can see that as South Africa, we are really assisting the AU in a certain direction, Chairperson. Thank you very much.
Did you hear that, committee secretary?
Yes, Chair, it's noted, Chair. I'll revisit my recordings, Chair. Then we can defer the minutes for another meeting.
Yes, these minutes must be deferred.
Oh,
Are we
noted.
together, honorable members?
Yes, Chair, we are.
Okay, next minutes.
But Chair, I wanted to emphasize, sorry, Chair.
Yes.
I wanted to emphasize the fact that Msan is correct. At the end of the day, there must be resolutions.
of the committee. Like when you look at the minutes of the 4th, you could see there are areas where the resolutions are spelled clearly. So even this one, they must follow the same format. There are no resolutions here.
Okay. Captured.
Thank you.
Babalo, I will take it as captured.
Noted, Chair.
Next minute, page. Next page.
Chairperson,
Yes, Honorable Msan.
Chairperson, there was an item which was related, ICT and procurement of assets, because it just says on the minutes that it was moved to October. But the response that we got from Ms. Joyini was that there is a problem with ICT and infrastructure, and a task team, and that was in September 2019. So for us to be able to track when this task team was formed and how long has it been and its performance, we need that date to be captured somewhere in our minutes. And the fact that they said they will acquire software licenses and network infrastructure would be modernized, computers, laptops, all those would be acquired. So for us to be able to track the department and its mentions, because they have a tendency of mentioning timeframes and dates, which in our minutes we cannot be able to go back and track. So if we can have the date of this task team formation. And also there was a mention, Chairperson, of where I think it was Honorable Muela, he asked on the performance, how do they measure the performance of the missions? I didn't see that captured. Also the response, because the performance of the missions is an ongoing task. So we would need to also see how they said that they assess the performance of the missions, so that when we have to hold them liable, we know what their response was with regards to the missions, Chairperson. Thank you very much.
Is there any other honorable members on the minutes?
Yes, Chair.
Honorable Mpanza.
Yes, Chair. On the issue that I think is the paragraph above the responses by the department, that paragraph above that one, that talks about clarity was sought on what was the rationale to scale down the number of missions, etc.
Yeah.
We also emphasize that one, that of course, when that exercise is done, it must also not be done at the expense of the African continent. So they should look at doing it, but not then disadvantage the African continent. So it's not captured here. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. The department did not say the land for PEP belongs to someone else who has fraudulently obtained a title deed. That was not said. It was said that the dispute on the land, which was identified for the Pan-African Parliament, it turned out that it belongs to a private owner. And that private owner, when we asked if there was evidence, the private owner, it was said that it has a title deed. Whether it was fraudulent or not, it was not highlighted in that particular meeting. So I think these minutes as well needs to be corrected. And in that meeting, there was no doubt whether the department would meet the deadline or not of October. It was clear in the meeting that the department won't meet the deadline of October to do the sword training. Now they were just saved by the bell now. So, and then, but that is not the case. But in that meeting already, we could see that they were not going to meet the deadline because all sorts of information was needed on that particular piece of land, and an alternative land is something which we said they must look for, because we said what is the contingency plan, and there was no contingency plan. So these minutes as well, I think we need to defer them for another meeting so that you do all those corrections and include all what is not included there. Nobody, you must have a particular format of writing minutes. But it's okay. We are deferring these minutes, honorable members. Is that okay?
Yes, Chair.
Agreed, Chair.
Thank you. Next.
We have minutes of 29 May 2020, Chair.
Okay. Next page. Yes.
It is only those 2 pages, Chairperson.
Can we move for the adoption of the minutes? They are clear and straightforward.
Thanks, Chair. I move for the adoption of the minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Ngola. Can we get a second?
I second the Chairperson.
Thank you so much. Next minute.
Sorry, Chair.
Yes.
Ooh, Honorable Whip, when I look at those minutes we just adopted, ubengekho emhlanganweni.
Which one?
Wona lesiqeda ukuwa-adopted, so I'm just asking for procedure, Chairperson.
Bekangekho kwi-virtual meeting.
Ibhale apologies.
Njani?
No, Chair, that must be corrected. I've never missed anything.
Bring back the minutes, Honorable Babalo. Bring back the minutes of the
Okay, Chair.
29. The
Okay.
minutes of the 29. Honorable Mwela, I see your hand DP is up.
Chair,
No, Chair. Yeah, I'm covered by Comrade Honorable Msane on this matter. I wanted to raise the same issue because in terms of what it's written here, it seems as if he has rendered an apology. So let's correct that, Chairperson.
You? Hey, my daughter. Okay. Alright.
Chair,
Yeah,
Yes.
Chair, what
Hlalo.
happened, Chair? Can I clarify, Chair?
What do you want to clarify?
No, I had a problem with, you remember when we were dealing with these teams, I was in the meeting and I was struggling and it was on and off. And eventually I couldn't go through, I think halfway the meeting. So maybe that's where then he thought that I was not in a meeting.
But Dr. Salah, you were in the meeting and then you were kicked out by the system. It can't be
Yes.
registered as an absenteeism, that thing.
Yeah, that's correct. Chair.
Hmm. So, Escuela, you were going to say?
No, Chair. I'm covered by Honorable Mbanza, Chair, that it was at the time when we started the virtual meetings, Chair, that he had struggled to connect to the meeting.
So when our Konduba was absent.
No, Chair, no, Chair, the thing is, Chair, we were struggling, Chair, before meeting at Calipat. So you correct that, Chairperson.
All right. Next
Yes, Chair.
meeting. Honorable Hendricks, are you logged with 2 gadgets? Honorable Khanif, you have 2 gadgets logged on this meeting. Why do we have 2 gadgets? Can you unmute your mic? Unmute your mic, Honorable Khanif. Minutes of the 3rd of June, 2020. You can't have 2 gadgets in this meeting. You must have 1. Please, honorable members. 1 gadget, 1 meeting. So, Mr. Squella, next page.
And Chair?
Yes. There's a spell error there. Can you see?
Oh, yes, Chair.
Yeah. So, yeah. Page 1, honorable members. So, hi, booyah, Baba. Booyah, go page, that page, the previous page. I want the bullet point 1. Number 1, on the opening remarks of the chair always presents 2 page. And then that 2 page, when now you summarize it in 4 sentences. There must be something wrong with your summaries. Honorable Msane, your hand is up. Unmute, please.
Yes, Chair. I also wanted to mention that it was at the time of Black Lives Matter where we also mentioned that we stand in solidarity. I would like such things, Chairperson, to be mentioned on the
It was-
minutes.
It was also in my remark, that thing of Black Lives Matter.
Exactly. So that's what I would also want to that we highlight such things because they are of international importance, Chairperson.
Mm. Okay, next page. Ima musubaleka kaloku andikathi idlula page 3. Yeah, committee discussions.
Chair,
Mm.
Chair, there was issues that were raised with regards to the role played and shortages which were found on missions. That was raised very strongly during lockdown, the missions role played and how they conducted their business. I think that must also be mentioned as a monitoring tool so that we know that it was not just a struggle of lockdown, but maybe it's a struggle that is continuous. And then also the mention of numbers, Chairperson, with regards to facilitation of repatriations. In the future, I would like to know, because it was said that repatriations were done, some of them were done on
That
debt.
is on the next page, Lubabalo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was also, Chair, an issue of mistreatment of African citizens in China, which was raised, and I don't see it coming up in the minutes.
Mm.
And then there was also a resolution of the project management unit and CV's report deadline, which was given to the department. Thank you, Chair.
Until to date, we have not received those. By the way. Okay, next page.
Yeah, that's the end, Chair.
Sorry, Chair, I forgot one thing.
Yeah.
Also, Chair, we mentioned the withdrawal of the US funding to WHO.
Yeah.
That's also at that particular time. So I think we also need to make mention of that, and that of DERCO's youth employment being 26%, which was also a highlight of the meeting. Thank you, Chair.
We are deferring the minutes for proper corrections. Next minute.
We have the 10th of June, Chair.
New pages. Scroll.
Okay.
Yes. Stop there. Introduction. Next page. Next page. Honorable Mshwe's thing is wrong, written wrongly. You must correct the spelling, Honorable Mshwe.
Noted, Chair.
Next page. Next page. Next page. Next page. Can we move for the adoption of the minutes?
Chairperson,
Yes, Honorable Mbans.
no, I wanted to, as we always say, we must give credit where credit is due and criticize. These minutes, these ones, are much better. In fact, all these that we have deferred, they should have followed this pattern. There's enough meat here. And yeah, so I think if we can just follow this pattern that he has done here, it will be much better.
All right. Thank you very much. Can we move for the adoption of the minutes?
I so move, Chairperson.
Can we have a seconder?
I'll second that, Chair.
Honorable Bergman. So Honorable Bergman and Honorable Muela, you just first call each other to say, let's raise our hands. Eh?
Yes, that's what we're doing.
I can see that the other one is moving for secondment. The other one is raising a hand here. I
The
must-
proper-
this alliance must be watched closely. Next minute, set of minutes, Mr. Squella.
26 June, Chair.
Yes.
They are projected, Chair.
Yes. Next page. Yes, stop there.
Pardon, Chair?
The spelling of building block. See right, because it's block, right, guys. Next page. Uyabaleka, hayi uyabaleka.
Xolo, Chair.
Oh, ukwi-marathon. You. Yes. Okanye, you assume that honorable members read these minutes.
Hayi, ndiyaxolisa, Chair.
Next page. Next page. There, down.
Okay.
Funa apa ku page 4 uNew York. Yes. Yeah. The committee noted that department would be called upon to answer on the findings of the committee, New York oversight. But that report has not been programmed to be tabled to Parliament until to date. I'm just highlighting a point. Next page. Yes. But how is it that other minutes are detailed and other minutes are not detailed? Yes.
Okay, Chair. Chair, what we normally do, Chair, if there's a supporting document, e.g. presentation, we normally do not attach the details in the minutes. So on request, we normally give people the minutes and the presentation, Chair.
I'm saying the minutes here are detailed compared to the ones that we deferred. That's the
Yes,
point I'm making.
yes, Chair.
Yeah, Con.
Yes, sir.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, no, I do village, Chair.
Hmm. So can we move for the adoption?
I move for the adoption, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Ngola. Honorable Muela.
I second, Chair.
Thank you very much.
I did it, Chair.
Hey, but I Dikubizile and you decided to allow Honorable Msane to second. Awu, Wamuel.
That's why I did it, Chair.
Ah, DP. No, okay. Next set of minutes.
We have 8 July, Chair.
Yes. Scroll. What I like about virtuals like in our meetings. That's the highlight. Yeah, of the virtual meetings. Honorable Ngola Whip is always with us. Ne?
You are spot on, Chair. Spot on.
Yeah, House of Truth hashtag. Next page. Ima. Subaleka. Buyumva Lubaba.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
yapa kule page 3, okay. Imaki. Mamela ke.
Yeah,
With regards to the entity, comma,
yes,
ne?
yes, sir.
Ubhale ukhuphe udelo uthi African Renaissance Fund.
Okay, sir.
On the African Renaissance Fund, there were no budget cuts. Something of sort, but it doesn't sound nice when you.
Okay,
With
sir.
regard to the entity African Renaissance Fund, no budget cuts have been. Yes, it's better like that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So next page.
Okay.
Next page. Whip, can you check? I'm going to a bathroom quickly.
It seems as if the whip is also in the bathroom.
Let's move, Moela, let's move.
Yeah, it
There's your
seems as
needed
if
chair then.
the whip is also in the bathroom.
Then take
They
over,
don't want-
take over.
Starting Tambo, Baba,
No,
starting Tambo, let's go.
can you proceed, DP, you don't be disruptive. Proceed, Lumabad.
My apology, Chair.
Okay. The next page. Okay, that concludes that set of minutes. Can we have a mover and a seconder of those minutes?
So I move, Chair.
Honorable Ngola, thanks. And any seconder?
I second. Chair.
That concludes that set of the minutes. Can we get another set of minutes, Mr. Squella?
Noted, Honorable Whip. We have the 16th July, Honorable Whip,
16 what? July.
July, sir.
Okay. Okay, don't run too fast.
Okay. Okay.
Right. Next page.
Those were very short.
Okay. Any mover?
Whip,
Okay, Honorable Msane?
I think there was one item which should be noted on these minutes, which is very important that the committee resolved on. It was on the ICT company, which was hired by Minister Lindiwe Sisulu. We said that it needed to be revisited.
Okay. Have you captured that, Mr. Squella?
Noted, Honorable Whip.
Okay. And then if there are not any further corrections, can we get a mover and a seconder?
I so move with corrections, Chair.
I
you.
second with corrections.
Thank you, Honorable Msane, and thanks, Honorable Reverend. Okay, the next set is Mr. Squella.
Okay, Honorable Whip.
Thank you so much, Whip.
Thank you, Chair. We are
I
going to
hear
another set.
I hear that there was a coup.
Yeah, hey, you see, hey, that alliance of Nola and Muela sometimes it's very dangerous, Chair.
Can be problematic for you, eh?
I could see, but
And
they
all
won't
of
move.
us, and all of us, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they must be put in their places. Thank
Yes.
you, Chair.
And Msane is pumping a Brahma stove on the other side. Akaba reprimand.
No, that one is a silence.
Divide and rule.
announcement.
Yo, bank. Page 1. Next page.
Okay, Chair.
You are sleeping. You can't be sleeping. Next page. Ima. Yeah, paya ku page 2. Page 2. Okay. This was the most vibrant meeting ever. Okay, next page. Next page. Yes. Next page. Next page. I don't see a highlight. Yobana. We align ourselves with the decision that government has taken on this particular issue.
Oh, okay, Chair. I'll revisit my recording, Chair, and make the correction.
And remember that the annexation is not proposed. It is intended.
Yes, Chair.
By Israel. You are going to revisit.
There is a point, Chair, which emphasizing that the committee is calling the government to garner international solidarity with the people of Palestine. It's just on the top.
Okay, in page 1, the previous page.
Move back a little bit, Square. Move back a little bit. Now, here it is. Wait. The committee asks the department to apply its diplomatic skills and influence to garner international solidarity with the people of Palestine and take proactive stance with practical steps to give effect to South Africa's contribution to the Palestinian cause. It's part I like very much. Myself and Honorable Bertrand, we like that part very much.
Is that all you wanted to say? Next page, Babalo.
Sorry, Chair.
Yes, Honorable Msan.
Also, right there on top, we said that the AU must take a decisive stance with regards to the peace deal after there was a mention of Sudan now siding with the UAE.
So, what must we do? Defer the minutes. Honorable Khanif.
Honorable Chair, just a correction, a spelling mistake. It's cause is spelled Cause.
Okay.
The Palestinian cause, yeah. Just a
Okay.
small spelling mistake.
Okay, thank you, honorable member. Can we defer the minutes so
Chair,
that you revisit the recording square?
Okay, noted, Chairperson.
Mm. Yes, honorable whip.
Chair, I had a different view, but you have already ruled.
What
On
what was that? Because there are paragraphs here which are omitted on what was read
Yes,
by
we
honorable.
were going to move it with that understanding that you must factor in all those what was raised. These ones are not really badly written. It's only those certain paragraph, but it's fine, Chair. It can be deferred.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay. So we are deferring these for corrections. Then we will. This is a third set deferred, ne, honorable Mr. Square.
Yes, yes, Chair. Yes, Chair.
Okay. Okay. So next minute.
No, Chair, this is the last set, Chairperson.
Mm,
Yes, Lord.
okay. So honorable members, that was the last set of minutes. Can you refresh our minds, Mr. Squela? How many minutes have we deferred? Squela.
Oh, hello, Salo. My apologies, Chair. My mic was muted, Chair. It is 3 sets of minutes, including the last one, Chair.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
So,
sir.
honorable members, we have deferred the 3 sets of minutes. We are going to consider them in our next meeting, hoping we will get a clinical set of minutes with all the information that needs to be included, which we have highlighted when we were deliberating on the minutes. So, with that said, we have saved how many hours, Mr. Square?
2 hours, Chair.
Yes, yeah, please keep those 2 hours for all these other long meetings that we usually have. So with that said, honorable members, thank you so much for availing yourselves and your contributions. You know, they are always important to the portfolio committee. We must continue to build each other, continue to robustly engage, agree to disagree at all times. And Honorable Mulder, you are only switching your video now. Yes. Hey. Yes, I missed your face all along. Now you are at the tail end of the meeting. Here you come. Awa. So, honorable members, we are concluding our meeting in a very positive spirit today. How I wish it should always be the order of our meetings, but the environment in which we operate in, it's such that we debate, we discuss robustly, we agree to disagree, and so on. You know, that is appreciated. We can't have same opinions because we are from different corners of the country, and ideologically we don't think alike. That is much appreciated, honorable members. So thank you very much for availing yourselves. Thank you very much to our team. Without this support staff, we are doomed. So we must always thank them for availing their time to be at the good service of our portfolio committee. So with that said, our meeting is adjourned till we meet. Thank you so much.
And thank you to you, Chairperson,
Yes.
for guiding us very well in all meetings. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, honorable members. Good night. Bye.
Bye.